Alright, so it's finally happened. At this very moment, Rampage Jackson is behind bars as TMZ Sports is reporting that on early Thursday morning, Los Angeles police took him into custody on felony charges, and he's currently being held on $50,000 bail. Oh, are you really going to believe TMZ as a news source? Yes, I am, seeing as they're the same guys that broke the news of Michael Jackson, Prince, and Kobe Bryant's deaths. Of course, they're known for being a tabloid news.
When they reported Kobe, I was like, oh, that's real. It really happened. So I definitely trust what TMZ's post. I trust them as a reliable source of what will later be put out as like, yeah, that actually happened. Not necessarily that what they're saying is necessarily true at all.
News publication, but they're actually pros at breaking news in the world of entertainment. The only thing that I'm annoyed about with them when it comes to this story is that they claim that they obtained court records confirming Raj has been arrested, but they didn't post any pictures of the documents. But I'm an internet sleuth, so I found it myself. I checked the LA Sheriff's Department inmate search, and lo and behold, Rampage Jackson, born in 2000, was arrested at 9 a.m. on Thursday and is still currently in police custody. And on that note, what the fuck took so long? I understand that prosecutors want to build an airtight case and all, but the entire live stream is free to watch on YouTube. The entire second half of the live stream is Raja audibly telling his chat that he's going to beat the shit out of Syko Stu, only to then proceed to beat the shit out of Syko Stu. It does not get any more premeditated than that. Regardless, I am just going to be satisfied that justice is finally going to be served to this dude that should have been arrested the day after the incident took place. I really want to know what specific charges they hit Raja with. I mean, according to the inmate search, they charged him with exactly one felony, so I would assume it's like attempted murder or at the very least first-degree battery. The fact that this guy has been allowed to remain free for close to a month after trying to kill a guy on live stream is insane. Anybody that has the capacity to try to kill another person over getting hit with a prop can should not be walking in regular society. Moreover, a guy that can accept 3 separate apologies from another man and then still try to kill him just because he got rage baited by his chat needs to be in prison until he gets a better grasp on reality. But you know what? Even as I say all this, Raja—
that dude in the cowboy hat said it wasn't a prop can. And he said nigga like 1,000 times on this podcast. I wanted to react to the situation as it was happening, but I didn't. And I didn't know if I wanted to necessarily react to the Raja situation when it was happening, because it was like everybody. Fucking Mr. Beast was talking about it. I was like, yeah, I don't need my input, but let's see what's happening there. But people keep trying to say a prop can, an empty can, but the cowboy said it was a real can. And he said nigga like 1,000 times.
Is going to be let out on bail within the next day or two for sure. Rampage absolutely has $50,000 lying around, not to mention he even admitted on livestream prior to the incident taking place that he already set bail money aside for Raja because he knew he would get in trouble with the law.
Raja and his oldest son whole life, I knew them two wasn't going to college. And my two Japanese kids, I knew they was going to college. So I saved up college tuition for the 2 Japanese kids and bail money for Roger and his brother. So don't fuck with him. If you go to jail, I'm just going to bail him out.
This shit is crazy. Raja is a rich kid that was probably given everything that he wanted in order to succeed, and he threw it all away over some internet clout. He's not a good MMA fighter, but people knew about him because he's Rampage's son. He's definitely not a good streamer, but because he streamed with his dad, he was able to build a bigger live stream following than like 95% of streamers who've been grinding for years. This dude was born with a golden ticket, and he even chose a career path where he didn't even need any talent in order to succeed, and he still found a way to fuck it up. I really wonder how much jail time Raja's gonna get hit with, because let's assume that he's been hit with either felony battery or attempted murder. It seems like in California, a felony battery conviction would be about 4 years in prison. That being said, California separates attempted murder into first degree and second degree, and let's just say if Raja's been hit with first degree murder, then we might not be seeing him for a very long time, if ever again. Because first degree murder can carry a sentence of life in prison, whereas second degree is usually anywhere from 5 to 9 years. And if you're asking me for my completely meaningless legal opinion, I feel like 9 years does sound fair to me. You might disagree with me, but a life sentence seems a bit long, but that's just my opinion. I feel like 9 years is not too short, but it's not too—
oh, that's crazy for me. I can't say, well, I think 9 years is fair. Nigga, you do 9 years in prison and tell me if 9 years is fair. Nigga, you've never been to prison. You can't just say, well, I think 9 years is fair with no idea of what you're saying. I think fucking a day is a lot. Jesus.
too long, I feel like it's fair. Of course, I think what
I've
Raja
never
did was
been. I
utterly
just
heinous,
hear. I
and I would
listen
be
to
disgusted if he
stories.
was given a slap on the wrist over this, but I also feel like a substantial sentence needs to be given to deter other degenerate IRL streamers from doing stuff like this to gain internet fame. Streamers these days are out of control, and although Raja isn't the first to get arrested for doing stupid ass shit on his live stream, I think that given how widespread this story became, they need to make an example out of him. Does it?
Nah, that's crazy. That's insane talk. They need to make an example out of this man. Get this man 9 years. I just think life is too much. Nigga, you're crazy. This is insane.
Suck that it has to happen to Rampage Jackson.
It's somebody's life. He's just like, I think 9 years is good enough. Like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Kid, not really. Something like this was bound to happen eventually, and even though it's crazy that the son of an MMA legend did this, ultimately he's just a dude that doesn't have the emotional control needed to function in normal society. It sucks for him that he let his chat influence his actions like this, but at the end of the day, the guy's a fully grown adult. He's old enough to vote, he's old enough to drink, and he's old enough to make all of his decisions in life. Thus, he's old enough to be held accountable for his actions, and I absolutely do not feel any sympathy for him. Honestly, I don't even feel bad for Rampage either. Ever since the Syko Stu incident happened, he's basically turned his back on Raja and focused on his live stream instead.
We haven't heard or seen Raja since the incident. How is he doing?
I don't know. I don't talk to Roger no more. So I don't know.
Since then?
Turning your back on your son and not talking to him is crazy, but what's even crazier is doing live streams with kids like Neon while your son's freedom hangs in the balance. Instead of being at home and holding it down with your family, this guy's been doubling down on streaming and making content. Gotta milk the controversy somehow, I guess. And I don't doubt that Rampage is going to get Raja the best lawyers that money can buy, but this whole situation has really shown what sort of person Rampage is. He's a man-child that ended up raising another man-child with anger issues. Anyways, that's the video for today. Definitely let me know your thoughts on Raja finally being...
Yo, that nigga, I'm gonna give him a like anyway, but that was some wild shit. I could never, I mean, fuck, man. I felt like a lot of people, I feel like both sides, all right, were a little bit wrong. It was erroneous. Erroneous on all accounts, all right? And I could never, even after what I saw the beating, be like, yeah, I think 9 years is fair. I think the judge should want to make an example out of this guy. What kind of weird shit is that? That's weirdo energy. Weirdo energy. I think 9 years is fair. Shut the fuck up. That's crazy. We're talking about a man's life. All right? A lot of shit happened. Stu should not have hit this nigga with a beer can. Raja should not have reacted the way he did hours later, letting the chat hype him up to commit these acts. Everybody was in the wrong there. Raja should have took his ass home. All right? He felt disrespected. He felt like, nah, I can't just let this slide. You should have left. You should have been like, I'm not cool with doing this spot. I feel some type of way. You should have fucking had the foresight to say, I'm not going to be able to do this safely because I still feel some type of way. But he didn't. He should have. He didn't. And that's just what it is. I see that door open and I'm like, what the fuck? I thought I closed it. But that's just what it is, man. Everybody was wrong then. And I'm not going to say that I feel like Raja deserves a set number of time. Are we fucking crazy? Who are we, random motherfuckers who watch MMA, to say, yeah, I think, you know what? 27 years. I think that'll be appropriate for what we saw. I think 20, like, where are you getting these numbers from, my guy? Where are you just deciding? Yeah, I think about 9 years is fair. Insane. But shout out to ITP MMA. Let me know what you guys think about this whole Raja situation. He's finally arrested. I thought it would have happened a long time ago. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying I want Raja to go to prison for 9 years. I don't decide those things, and I won't. I think he deserves this amount of time. That's goofy. What happened, whatever happens, happens. He made his decisions, and now you have to live with the consequences of those decisions you made. That's just where it is. I'm not going to say he deserves what amount of time. That's not for me to decide, but let me know what you guys think. Head on over to ITP MMA. Could be live or whatever. It's multiple accounts. Anywho, shout out to ITP MMA. I'll leave a link to that video in the description. Thank you guys for being here once again. I will see you next time.